This episode, I'm speaking to James Bruce and Dave Temminghoff from StrangeLove Beverage Company.
I've led entrepreneurs through the valley of death and they've lost their house.
It was really exciting to be involved and work with them through the development of the company to the point where it was an attractive proposition for an ultimate sale to Asahi Beverages in September last year. James, Dave, thanks for being part of it.
Thanks so much, appreciate it.
What inspired
the
establishment of StrangeLove?
Stafford and I both had a midlife crisis at the age of 29, actually earlier, and we'd moved up to Byron Bay. We were working hospitality. Stafford was working at the farmers market. So we had access to like all these kind of organic growers and things like that. And the original idea was actually to do an organic energy drink. So looking back, it was just like, I can't believe where we are. So it shouldn't have succeeded.
Yeah.
You know? But I think like it goes to that thing of like, we had no idea what we were doing. So we did some right things that you would, as that intelligent naivety thing. So yeah, we made this crazy ginger beer.
What happened with the ginger beer?
There's a diehard cult following of people who are addicted to the energy, who just drink like 7 of them a day.
Yeah.
And swore by it. But then a lot of cafes started buying it because of taste. And so we took it up to a distributor in Brisbane, and they agreed to distribute it. And that was, I remember we got our first order from them. It was $3,000. And we were just like, oh my God.
We've made it.
Made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From that first order for $3,000, what was the light bulb for you in realising that you could actually make money from it?
I think it was more that people were responding to wasn't just the product, but the way we were presenting it. It was really funny, some of the copy on there, and really quite beautiful design. I don't even know if it was ever like, this is going to be a commercial success. It was almost like we were just on the mission.
Yeah.
You know? And it was like, what's next?
See what happens.
Yeah. And we have to find someone to make it now. We've got this awesome email from that contract manufacturer. He basically wrote this 2-page essay on why we should proceed. And it was like, I've led entrepreneurs through the valley of death and they've lost their house and blah, blah, blah. And he said, like, trust me, you don't want to do this, but if you do, we can do it.
I got you back.
Yeah.
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 Dave, how did it all happen?
Well, no, so I ended up back in leaving big corporate kind of FMCG and wanted to change to smaller business and worked with a competitor of StrangeLove. And we'd talk to customers and we'd be like, why are you stocking this brand? And you could see from day one that there was like a kind of a deep loyalty to the brand. Like people really bought into like the ideals and the tone of voice. And, you know, James and I caught up and I was like, oh, this is sort of sleeping with the enemy a little bit. But
yeah.
I think about 5 minutes in, we were kind of having a laugh and basically had already started working together. So
we met, I think, in 2018. Why did we get appointed?
it was my lack of financial acumen, wasn't it, James? You said, if I'm going to run the company, you have to have some oversight.
I think we were just tired of the struggle. It was getting increasingly more complex. Like, I think, you know, we started with 1 SKU.
Yeah.
How many have we got now?
Oh, like 45, I think.
So I don't even know.
Yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't really want to.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to take it to the next level.
You've got quite a unique model, key components or key divisions across the business that have historically been outsourced. How's that model worked for you?
Until probably 18 months ago, I think there was only 4 or 5 of us in the team. And, you know, people would kind of hear that and be like, where's the rest of the people? We work on the areas that we're the best at and we outsource everything else. I can read a P&L, but I certainly don't want to just spend my life in zero.
Yeah. Then we sit here today and in recent months you've sold the business into the behemoth of Asahi. That's a pretty significant transaction to have been part of.
It is. It's huge. Obviously, we put a really great deck together with you guys, with Dylan. So that kind of went out to them, and then we were kind of talking with the M&A team a bit, and then they said, can we meet and you can walk us through the brand? And so we met in this office building in the city on the 300th floor, and we were kind of expecting 3 or 4 people, And it was like this Monty Python skit where like people just kept coming into the room. It's like the United Nations.
They had to go and get like 6 more chairs and like extend it around the corner of the desks to get everyone in.
And that's when I was like, oh shit, they're serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there any anxiety about them getting under the hood?
Well, fortunately with you guys on board, not. Because, you know, it would have been, and my dad said it too, like it would have been a disaster if our financials hadn't been as good as they were, because just adding it up.
The financial part was easy. There was definitely some skeletons in our
Oh, yeah,
historical
yeah,
closets that we had
definitely.
to deal with through therapy and screaming at each other about.
Yeah.
But we worked through those. They weren't the financial ones. They were
They can't be
past
published on
mistakes,
step.
just re-washed over you. Was a little bit traumatic, I have to say, through some of it.
Yeah.
There's been a long road to get to this point, but what is next?
They're very much the same view as Dave, keep me over here to innovate. I feel like they're just taking care of the commercial side of the business. Dylan's got the financials, Dave's running everything. Also the opportunity for StrangeLove to fulfill its potential. Well, we've got a brand awareness of 10% of people know the brand. So what happens when 40%, 50% do?
Yep. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
Well, thank you both. Thanks. It's been a real honour to have you in today, and a real privilege to have been part of what has been a really remarkable story